Hello everybody, welcome back to this new episode. I want to say episode 5 of Scum Villainy Echo. Yes, no, sort of like, I'm good at numbers. Anyway, Tom, there's a time limit, focus. Welcome everyone to Roll Together RPG. As I said, this is Scum Villainy Echo. This is our game for our Patreon. My name is Tom, I use he, him pronouns, and I'm going to be your game master for tonight. Well, we're going to go around the table. You recognise these faces. I said, like, if we're thinking of this as television, you've missed the pilot. You missed the kind of, like, world building.
She's here.
It's here. The pilot is literally here. And what a perfect segue. Hello, pilot. Introduce yourself once again to the lovely peeps.
Hey, peeps. I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character, Aida Bullfrog Valeri, who is the pilot.
She's cool, she's suave, she smokes cigars, which is perfect to do in a 0G, high oxygen. Oh my goodness. She's... I think the way that
Don't
pen
smoke
looks...
this is a bottle of lash glue.
I think the funny thing is, because it looks a bit like a cigarette, but it had around there, so it looked like you were smoking without, you lit the filter, and I was like, Nat... Which I think is a lovely character thing. And then people on like IMDb were like, "Did everyone notice that Bullfrog's smoking the cigar wrong?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's the future."
It's the future. It's how we do things this way, Yeah.
Fifth Element. That's it. That if you look at the cigarettes in that, it looks like it's round the wrong way because there's about that much of actual cigarette and everything else is filter. Because they were like, "Yeah." It's such a weird commercial universe where you don't actually get that much tobacco. Anyway, there's Sci-Fi there for you.
Move on.
Move on. Talking about other cool kids. Talking about other people who wear sunglasses and have a mysterious past. We've got Angel. Rebecca, please reintroduce yourself to the peeps.
I didn't bring my props. I have failed you. I am a failure, and I am Rebecca. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character, Cassie Angel Montague. She doesn't have a nice pithy title like the pilot or the engineer. She's the other one.
You're a scoundrel, I think. That's the title they gave you.
Playbook scoundrel.
Yeah.
I'm a very nice scoundrel.
You're very nice scoundrel.
Delightful. Captain question mark?
Captain question mark.
Oh no, I am the captain.
Yeah. Now you're the
I have a
captain.
gun for your question mark.
Oh wow, folks. So before we get into all the questions like who gets to be the captain and more importantly who gets to be the co-captain, because that's the most important job, we want to say a big thank you to our sponsors and supporters. We are very delighted to be sponsored by a Phoenix Dice. Now if you go to phoenixdice.com and you go and you find yourself some delightful... Look, it's a full Phoenix Dice roll together. We've got a roll together set, folks. So
But why
if you go
do
to
you
the
have
web,
your D20s when this game uses no D20s?
Because the D20 has the dice head logo on it.
D6.
I have a D6 for this game.
Yeah. So if you go and put Roll Together RPG, oh no, just Roll Together. Sorry, that. If you put Roll Together, all caps, at checkout, you get 25% off. As pointed out, we have Roll Together dice. So on the whole, they seem to be granting a good amount of luck to folks. I say that knowing that everyone's now just going to, I don't know, get eaten by a space worm. I could do that. I'm in charge. Anyway, we want to say a massive thank you to the D20 Club and our dice heads on the Patreon. Big, blowing space kisses. Everything's in spice. Absolutely fantastic. Now, for one of your local currency, or one space goat, which we established in the last episode, have been a menace. And I've rolled a 1. The space goats have done tax fraud and will be chased by the space IRS. So look out for that.
Great, keep them off our backs.
Yes, as they do resolve themselves. Anyway, one of your local currency, one goat, you can be part of our Patreon. If you go to a higher tier, you get to get a bit more content, including what we're calling our Talk Together episodes. So after 2 of these episodes, we record a little chat, and as always, it's very focused, very on point. We all like the 1960s chat shows. We sit there, we smoke our cigars, and we drink our whiskey, and we talk about, like, what the Russians are up to. No, we don't. Anyway, focus, Tom. You're too excited because we're going to have a race. Bad things. Anyway, thank you to all of you. As I fill the last 5 minutes with babble and noise. Fortunately, space is cold, uncaring, and quiet. So let's get this going, shall we?
Like me.
Wow.
Wow. Welcome back. So, in the last couple of episodes, the crew of the Echo, as it's now calling itself because the ship's sentient, baby, gained a pilot. You'd say, isn't that important? Yes, it is. Bullfrog. Bullfrog, once again, a figure with a mysterious past, who was prepared for the void of space to take her and was fortunately saved by the ship's mechanic and all-round poppet Rig. Bullfrog basically came in and, as a competent spacer, went, right, things need to be fixed here. Let's get things sorted, including the fact that the ship was currently going under the name of its former owner, Master Brown, and who, as we heard over the radio, basically tried to make the prison break into his own success story until people started pointing out, didn't most of the prisoners escape? You can never prove it. Anyway, Bullfrog thought that the ship needed a new transponder, new name, basically, I keep saying new plates. The choices were presented of where to get it, and it was decided that a group known as the Echo Wave Riders would be of assistance. Now, the Riders are a travelling group of, well, we've been putting a lot of different series into this. We're doing Mad Max now. They live hard, they die hard, with a vengeance, and another series. Everyone's in the vents. Focus, Tom. It literally has only been 2 minutes. Anyway, so the riders would be able to help Echo, would be able to change the transponder, get things running. Only issue of, well, actually multiple issues, Bullfrog had previously raced with them, and being a very sensible woman at the time, was like, cool, I don't want to crash into an asteroid and explode graphically, at which they all started calling her Chicken or Chickadee. She was able to contact the announcer/runner of the race, a man named Cerberus. He has 3 heads. They all look like
the Sheen family.
The Sheen family. You don't know how true that is. Let's see how dark. Let's see how much you actually ask about his backstory. He said, yes, we can do that, but you need to race. You don't need to win. You need to survive. Although, I suppose, if you did die, then I suppose the ship belongs to us. So, Rig got hold of the shuttle that Bullfrog had stolen, and basically we had a long montage of repairing it, including an attack by space pirates. So when we get to Angel, space pirates attacked. So you got a chance to, if you wanted to show off your fancy guns, then that was your chance. Anyway, we now have a second, smaller shuttle, a 2-seater, which has been named Reverb. It is beautiful. It is speedy. It has multiple weapons, including a gun on a turret, a minigun, a thing for like slingshotting a grappling hook, and also space caltrops. So yes, it's very quick. It's very flash. Hopefully, don't crash into an asteroid and blow it up. But the crew will be sending this racer off to take part in the race, but most importantly, folks, Angel's here. Now, Angel, you've had a bit of downtime. A couple of weeks ago, yes, about a week ago or so, when you were sitting in the kitchen area and a distress call was sent, Rig, bless his heart, got all very excited, and despite not knowing how to fly a spaceship, decided he was going to go be a hero. You were left to your own devices, and indeed, within a few hours, he returned with with Bullfrog. So my question being, we'll get to, sort of how you feel about stuff, but what have you been doing in your downtime over the last week as we've been travelling to this race?
I've been doing lots of things.
Yeah.
I think Angel has been working on some self-improvement. It's very
Excellent.
important. So she's been training in a couple of skills. Firstly, her fighting, her scrapping. So she's been at the target practice every day, getting better and better with her excellent array of guns and throwing knives. And also there is, I'm assuming there's a weapons range in there somewhere because I want there to be.
Yes.
And there's also, a boxing dummy that she has been practicing beating up lots. So she is a little bit stronger and a little bit more accurate than she was a week ago, especially because, prison isn't maybe the best place to practice with your guns.
Yep. I said there's Brown has a little target range, and it said a little boxing dummy, which, as you notice, the boxing dummy is wearing a white cowboy hat, as opposed to the black one he wears because he's cool and tough and Nathan Fillion.
It's so easy to punch.
Oh, just I even say that, yes, sort of I think as we're studying the episode and we're just seeing angels, and we're just seeing flashes of various faces, including Ruskin Brown and other mysterious people, and yes, people who we have cast, and who will turn up in the finale of this great TV show, and everyone will be like, really, that guy? And we'll be like, yeah. Okay, so yes, you've taken experience in. So is that scrapping or?
That's my scrapping.
Cool.
Well, I think it has to be in the kind of overall.
The overall, but yes.
Thing
sort of,
of
Is it
prowess. But yes, I have taken another prowess experience point.
Lovely.
And then I want to train my manipulation sway. And so Angel's just been having lovely chats with people. She's not deliberately out to manipulate everyone she comes across, but she is just, making friends with an agenda, and especially wants to find out more about what's going on with Echo and getting to know our new friend. Some time with Rig, but bless him, he is an open book and doesn't need any knowledge of, Angel doesn't need to find any hidden switches. They're all right on the surface going, press me. So, So she's just using some people skills, making some friends, forging those alliances.
I'll give you this for free, Bullfrog, where, once again, game recognises game, where you're just like, you can have the conversations you're having, but where I think both of you just, mid-conversation, just have a moment of, long, just staring at each other, and you're like, cool, understanding, great.
Can I just get a quick visual rundown of Angel?
Yes, you may.
Angel is a fairly petite, pale woman with very curly ginger hair, little freckles across, very cute nose, and wearing cool clothes. She's got, combat trousers and a leather jacket, and she has also swiped sunglasses. These are Ruskin Brown's sunglasses that she has swiped. That she has, pushed back, keeping her ridiculously unruly curly hair out of her face. So not physically threatening at first, and then you notice the poise and the balance and the packing.
Yeah. Heavily armed.
I'm picturing a Jessie Buckley sort of situation.
Yeah, that's not far off.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to quid pro quo? What does Bullfrog look like?
A little reminder of Bullfrog. Hawaiian shirt, sunglasses, bleach blonde, cropped hair. Kind of if Starbuck from the new Battlestar Galactica had a chance to grow up a little bit. Mid-40s, looking a little bit space-aged, I guess. Not in the styling, in the skin complexion variety. Combat trousers, vest top underneath. Importantly, has little robot, Lil Sal, kind of hanging around, if not on her shoulder, then scooting off doing something, playing bluegrass, nosing in other people's dorms, all sorts of things.
It's the wrong hair colour, but I'm picturing... Is she called Jet from Star Trek Discovery? The very cool engineer.
Tig Notaro.
That
was another point of reference.
That was another, and congratulations, because, I don't really watch Star Trek, and I was like, okay, I know Tig, and then the fact you instantly were like this, and we're like, perfect, we got... I mean...
I'm not the biggest sci-fi fan in the world. I feel very proud of myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I also have to say, as GM, very sweet that both my players were like this, and the other one was like, yes, you got it. So instantly, as you've been able to get mutual understanding.
Game recognises game.
Nat and I might have played together before.
They might know each other, Yes, okay, so... Angel, you have spent some time just like getting to know each other. As you said, you managed to get a good... I mean, Rig, you've got an excellent read on. He's an open book. He's a sweet puppy of a boy who is, as you are picking up, spending a lot of time with Echo. Do you have anything in study? I know I don't normally call for stuff, but I made Bullfrog do this last.
I have one point in study.
Do you just want to roll a study?
I'd love to roll a study. I got a 6.
Nice.
Cool. Sorry about this, Nat. So, in a repeat of what we had last episode, so there was a poker game. Angel, do you think you would play poker with the crew?
I think she'd take a read on Bullfrog, where if this was like, it really mattered to her that everyone was playing, then yes, she'd play. If it was this is Bullfrog kind of establishing dominance over Rig and Echo, then she would back out, because she doesn't then want to get in a power play in the middle of Bullfrog's power play.
I think that's very fair. So, folks, not a retcon, but like the camera having... Like, we're now seeing the scene from the last episode from Angel's point of view. The crew had gathered around the kitchen table. Rig had, for reasons known only to Rig, decided to take most of his clothes off and reveal to you as well, Angel, the seriously bad burns all along his back. Echo had been projecting herself, but been using one of the scuttlebots with its little hands to play cards. But Bullfrog, I'd also say, like, you'd be able to tell, you could see Bullfrog got a bit, was like, this is fun, and then got a bit intense with it, and also kind of looked at Rig in a way that you were like, right, it's that sort of not predator in that way, but, predator, prey, no, that same sort of thing of like going, no, that's not what's happening. That's not. So was able to pull back. No. So, yeah.
Bullfrog was not trying to rinse Rig in that sort of way. It was definitely more of a, I want to know who these people I've thrown my cards in with are. So let's play a game, and that's how you learn who these people are.
So Bullfrog had also, above table, been like, I'm not really able to get a read on Echo. I think, Angel, having spent a bit more time, where you're like, yeah, this is all calculated. This is the sort of thing of like going, which Bullfrog had picked up on, wasn't quite sure, but it was very sort of like, not even like, I don't know how to play, but there's calculation. You also were there when Rig crushed the metal cup with his hand, and then also got the thing about like, you owe Echo 10 credits for crushing a cup, and both my players have said the exact sentence, why does a ship need money? Problem. No, everything's fine, everything's beautiful, nothing hurts. Yes, so...
catchphrase.
Because it's always so true. Yes, so that I think that's also been your experience point. You've leveled up in that. Folks, normally you're like, hey, you only do 2 downtime. Rebecca hasn't been here for the last couple of episodes, so I'm giving her an extra 2 downtime activities. What's she been up to?
So kind.
Very nice.
I have done 2 more things.
Yes.
I have, we're fugitives running from a big nasty prison and a big nasty bounty hunter and going to do more crime. So not leaving a massive space trail would be quite important.
Smart.
So Angel's just spent, she knows that the getting new plates is not her wheelhouse. She's left that to Bullfrog and Rig, but she's been on the radio a fair amount, just kind of popping into other people's basically popping into other ships' frequencies when they pass with gossip and chatter and misinformation about where we might be. Did you see that story? I heard they're all the way over on this galaxy. And I heard they've got a space elephant now. I heard they died in the explosion and it's all a massive conspiracy and that Ruskin Brown's the real baddie. So just trying to make sure that everyone thinks they know something and it's all different and it's all wrong.
Amazing. What skill are you using to do this over the radio?
Probably sway. It feels a bit boring, but it is
Oh,
the
hey,
best one.
if it ain't broke, yeah, please roll me sway.
I have a 4 is my best. I didn't get much stress last time, but Rig isn't here to bully, so I might add...
You want to add 2 stress?
Yeah, I think I will, because this matters for all of us. So I'll take that up to a 6, please. I've added
Amazing.
2 stress.
Pretty much what you've just described happens, that you manage to run like a campaign of misinformation and confusion, and you do get a really Ruskin Brown. Oh, that space jack off. He couldn't even shoot a man if he was pressing his head against the muzzle. All right, sort of like a little bit like going. Some of them are like, hey, this is Ruskin Brown's ship. What? Okay, fine. But you spread it, and they're like, a space elephant. Well, those convicts, they do manage to do the craziest things. Do you, in your, cover story, do you make up an alias to say who you are and why you're on Ruskin Brown's ship, or do you just...
Is there... I don't know if this is why we're getting new plates. Is there a way that I can team up with Echo and just obscure... I know it wouldn't do long term, but just for a burst of, static where the code sign would be.
Yes.
So we can do it anonymously and, maybe there's a 60-second limit or whatever before we have to peel away.
There's a sort of a scramble. Like, they send their code, you send your fake code. It's a bit like with the internet, like a fake IP address that they ping it off like a different ship and through that. So you get like a series of people, and I think in your sort of attempt, like you have inadvertently sort of like libelous like the crew of these various ships, and you've been spreading this misinformation. But then they're like, if it does come to something, they were like, but she sounded so nice. And they're like, you fools! That's always the thing. The radio operator has to be polite, and you do sort of you do pick up on sort of like them going, oh, it makes sense. There was the prison break. A bounty is being put out on the heads of multiple people. Angel, they think that you might be dead, that Rig might be dead. Bullfrog was spotted stealing a shuttle. There's also, they're putting out a code name of Mandalay. You don't know who Mandalay is, but supposedly Ruskin Brown would be very excited to find. And I think you being a smart cookie, you'll be like, yeah, because his bounty ran into the desert. So, yes, I can safely say yes. For 6, that would be... so in this game, we have a clock. I think a 6 is like 4 pieces. You're very close to like dropping the wanted level, as you said, where people will be like, cool, you've done another crime, but they don't know it's you. So excellent job. The heat is off, and also weirdly kind of makes a bit more sense for what is about to happen as you're now going. I mean, the Echo Wave Riders are on the let's say the less legal side of stuff, but there isn't so obviously you go, that's the shit that has a bounty on it for a prison break. So excellent job, well done.
Yay! The stress was worth it.
It did. You took the stress. Speaking of, there is the possibility of you indulging in your vice if you want to see if you want to get rid of that stress.
Well, my vice is obligation, which is there is something I have to do. And given that my fourth use of downtime was going to be plan the thing I have to do, is there a way that the two can kind of coalesce?
Absolutely. Are you doing this as a plan, or are you doing this as a indulge your vice?
I mean, plan's more sensible, but indulge your vice is more fun.
Yes.
And also, like, I was in prison for a handful of days before I staged a prison break, got a bunch of allies, blew up a prison, made a bounty hunter, stole a ship, and flew off into space. So maybe a little bit of indulgence feels earned.
It was all you, my dear. You were the mastermind behind this. Everything that's happened is because of you. Amazing. So, if you're looking at your free attributes, what you want to do is you want to find the one that you have the fewest dice in, and then you roll that. You have free stress, correct?
Yes.
Ideally get a 3 or less, otherwise complications.
Yeah. So sorry, which attributes am I looking at?
There is, as I said, like for your scores. So there's like like where you've been putting experience. Folks, I really should have
out of insight, prowess, and resolve.
Thank you.
I have no points at all in my insight bar.
Amazing. I think that's it. Just roll. Actually, I don't know if this is the correct way of doing it. Usually, when you do that, you roll 2 dice and we take the lowest. Let's do that. Yeah.
I'll do this. I won't roll my sparkly dice because they roll high for me.
Don't use the Rebecca dice, please. You want this to be bad.
Double 3s.
Oh, amazing.
Okay, use the Rebecca dice. Everything is...
The Rebecca dice doesn't do numerical. The Rebecca dice does fortune.
I think
What
that's
is
fair.
needed.
You know, the blessings of the dice still remain upon you. Really good to get you back.
Even in space, the
even in
fate
space.
persist.
It's not a terror thing. It's, even out in the void.
It's not even just my D20s. These are all D6s and they're just as blessed.
They know. Amazing. So, Angel, you do spend some having done I'm doing my misdirection, and you're like, cool. Let's listen to a bit of the wireless. Let's sort of tune into other people's stuff. Back on the planet city of Warren. The planet is ruled by a governor called McClafe. He is the 5th son of a powerful family. He himself has 5 sons. It's argued that the governor is getting a bit older and has also made a few, let's say, less than reputable choices. That, yes, he crimes down in certain parts of the city because the gangs run that, and then we'll just be and so money is going from the governor to the gangs, especially the Ashen Knives. The Ashen Knives, who have been talking about making a power move. This is something that, by the way, Bullfrog has heard. Just above the table, Bullfrog has heard that moves are being made on the planet of Warren. Hasn't connected it to you, by the way. Just saying
Not
that.
yet.
Not yet.
I'm lovely.
She is lovely. She's got the softest hair and the loveliest nose. How could she try and murder a man? Xavier. His birthday's coming up. It's going to be a real big deal, and they're thinking Xavier McClafe is one of those movers and shakers. Is a tall drink of water, the most beautiful suits, beautiful haircut, but that's also the thing. You feel like you could get a beer with him because he's one of the people, and unlike his brothers, when they shake your hand, you feel that they're disgusted. But Xavier is a really solid dude. And you'd know what a solid dude he is, wouldn't you, Angel? You'd know what a great guy he really is. There's going to be so many opportunities, and probably at the moment when he gets up on the stage, but no, that's planning ahead. I mean, it just as I think as a lot of like thoughts are going on in your head, and how are you making plans? What are you planning? Without saying what you're planning, what you working towards? Are you trying to get in contact with people? Are you trying to get more information? Are you trying to get hold of the caterers?
I think rather than practical contact just yet, Angel is thinking, because there was a plan and it failed. And she ended up here. So that one didn't work. So she is trying to, she spends quite a lot of time meditating, trying to get rid of all the preconceptions of, well, obviously we have to do this, because that's what got her here. So trying to look at it from a completely open point of view. A few suggestions are coming forward that she is hoping she can find a better idea, because she doesn't like the thought she's got. But she has an if all else fails idea. She's hoping she can find something better. She's hoping maybe her new crew might be part of this something better. So there's some empty your mind meditation. And then sometimes the mind cannot stay emptied because his smug, stupid face just swims back into view. And we have to do some pacing and some punching and some go and punch the Ruskin Brown. Stupidness.
I knew you were obsessed with me, darling. You just can't get rid of me, can you?
You promised Tom there were some nice NPCs in this.
You're going to meet them in a little bit. I'm canonically absolutely awful in the backstory, so...
This was the first terrible NPC.
Yes.
He's just back.
Okay.
Yeah.
The OG terrible.
This is the OG one. What would you like to roll for to see
Rage.
how you're...
Rage.
Okay.
Roll rage.
Please roll rage.
What should I roll? Let's see. A resolve stat feels, but none of them. Study might be the vibe.
Study?
It's because she's not doing things and she's not peopling. She's just planning.
You're turning it internal. You're sort of like, as I said, it's almost like Day of the Jackal, where you're watching him like put the sniper rifle together, taking it apart, moving. You're just like focus, like how Rig will have. Basically, I've said it's like a stim toy for Rig. It focuses him. You've got the same thing of going, cool. Last time I got emotional. Last time I got weak. This is going to work out. So yes,
she
please.
has her book and she's just leafing through the pages without blindly. She's not looking. She's not reading, but she's just got the cloth in her hand and the pages and is just flicking back and forward.
Amazing. So yes, please roll study.
So I use the sparkly dice. 6.
Nice.
The dice understand the rage.
Last time was Cassie. This is Angel. Yeah. It's going to take you probably a couple of months. You've been listening to the talk of your crew, as is now. Yeah, if everything works out and no one plays like a really stupid hand of cards or, runs their mouth out in a bar, which you get a feeling that everyone's in the same boat as you, you're going to get there, you're going to have enough time, you're going to be prepared. And the entire galaxy will know this man and watch as he burns. Anyway, on that lovely note, any other things you two would like to do before we get to you in a small shuttle heading towards a big race?
No, let's do it.
Let's do it. And he will burn as we cut to like the engine of a ship as it travels down. Angel, probably the first time you've been in Reverb, as Bullfrog, cigar in mouth, sunglasses on, is staring down. There's just the hey, Bullfrog, what's on Little
Sal?
What's on Little Sal? Yeah.
Oh, we got to hype up for the race. So it's definitely more like metal, Mad Maxy, industrial style.
It is. I think as sort of Angel, as you're sort of like sitting there and you're seeing that Little Sal has somehow found like little glow sticks and it's just sort of raving away as you're travelling down.
Wait, which one's the rave? Is it that one? Yeah.
Yeah. It's very loud. This woman, you can't see her eyes, but there is the mania. Like you could, again, you're excellent reader things. You're like, oh my god, what exactly have I got myself into? Yes, you were rather convinced that to take part in this. As Rig was like, no, I'm not really. That's. I mean, I'll build it for you, and but I think I should probably stay with Echo and be able to say. And Echo's like, I can take care of myself. Yeah, yes, but maybe you can. Oh, I've got an idea, and just walks off, and just like, and Echo looks and is like, I'll keep an eye on him. Don't worry. Good luck. We'll be in.
Will you keep an eye on him, or keep an eye on him though?
The hologram flickers out. As you just under the sunglasses. Yes, you're both travelling. You've got probably about 20 minutes as you're entering. An artificial atmosphere has been built that, as you both can see through the windscreen, as is a large, like maybe. Probably like 40 or 50 ships of various sizes have all come together. Echo is not entering the convoy, mostly because you get the feeling that when it scatters, and there's the possibility that you would probably be left behind. It's probably easier to keep it apart. But Cerberus has made an agreement that mechanics will come and start working on the ship, changing bits, and Rig's going to be there.
Well, I don't need to, because Rig's got it sorted.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Rig is certainly there.
If there's one thing I trust Rig to do, it's this.
Yes. It's rather like when you have someone coming around to, like, change the gas, and then just Rig's there going, hello, can I make you a cup of tea? Please don't touch anything. No, my lovely porcelain dolls. Why do you have porcelain dolls, Rig? And to use my other catchphrase, focus. Anyway, anything you two...
Yes.
Yeah. Anything you want
to answer
about
your question, yes.
That thing.
Yeah.
On the way over to the race, Bullfrog will have brought up the probably what Angel is expecting. So what's at Warren?
What's what?
What's at Warren? That's where you're headed, right? That's where you want to get to?
Would you believe me if I said home sweet home?
Should I?
Up to you. Would you like to?
Hey, look, I appreciate what you did, getting us out of the big house. Just so happens I'm headed that way anyway. I run with a couple of different groups in the area, so it'd be good to know what kind of trouble I'm getting myself into. And that's not to say I don't want to get into trouble. It's happened many times before, and I've dealt with it. But it's good to know what kind of flavor. You know?
That's fair. A question with a good reason behind it, much easier to answer than, vague probing. I'm not going to go and be a happy law-abiding citizen. There are no happy law-abiding citizens on Warren. So I thought, why not change that? Be happy. Do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
I also have some friends. They're not known for playing nice with others, but
Dusty Blades?
they don't. They don't go and make trouble.
It's not what I heard.
Also, congratulations for just skirting around what is very clearly an accusation. Yeah, she's not a law-abiding citizen, but no blood on these hands.
Mm-hmm.
As the two ladies look at each other, both wearing sunglasses, so we do get to see the lovely thing as they are reflected in each other's, eyes. It's just very, and I'm not going to say both of you are stoic, but there is just that sort of thing of like, once again, just two powerful creatures just look at each other and being like, interesting, and we are together in a tin can. Whoop-de-doo.
Why don't we survive this and talk further? Seems pointless to waste precious time and, airspace and planning time when we might all be dead in 10 minutes, which leads me to what I wanted to ask of you. You're in charge here. I know nothing about flying one of these. Where would you like me? Do you want an assistant? Do you want a gunner? Or do you want, I'm not desperate to die, but I'm not going to leave you to do it by yourself. But if I'll get in your way, I will stay and make some friends.
No, that's fair. I have no intention of dying, but I appreciate the stakes that we do need to this race. Cerberus said survive. That's the goal. If I can win, though. Oh, if I can win. What would you prefer? Because little Sal can hop on the gun turrets. You would be handier, I'm sure, from what I've seen so far.
Oh. Little Sal looks sad.
Hey! You're fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
Pops both of you thumbs up and then like, and then
You've
goes
only
back
got 2 arms, 2 legs. Don't pop both of them up. You'll fall down.
Little Sal falls and scuttles up, and you're not quite sure how an bot looks embarrassed, but you just see that.
You have to admit, her arms are longer than yours, right?
Yeah.
Nods.
But that being said, if you think there are going to be people that if you think there's going to be something of value to get by schmoozing, there will be people there. You could always try and steal the transponder, so even if I lose, we've got it.
I could.
Have you ever raced in an asteroid field before, though?
It does sound fun. And I think there's potential value in schmoozing, but also could be a bust. There's definite value in the glory of racing and winning in an asteroid belt.
You both know that you can get a lot more out of this. That the agreement you made with Cerberus is one agreement. There's also a variety of other races and hangers-on. So if there was anything else you wanted to get and possibly bet, or there are bets within bets where it is who wins, who survives, who's going to, there are other things you could get if you wanted to get other information, materials, guns even. Pretty much anything's on offer here.
As soon as the race is done, does everyone scatter, or is there we all get drunk and we chat time?
There's some drunken chat and sort of but with Bullfrog having, let's say, stuck a sort of a couple of fingers into this in the past, and knowing that there have been races that have been called off mid-race because the Legion have turned up, and there's been a few people back in the Isotope prison who got caught mid-race, and they were like, cool, I needed to refuel, and suddenly the police came. So yes, interesting. 3. Okay, yeah. So yeah, there'll be drinking time afterwards. Hopefully.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I believe that is true and fine.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad you guys have my back. Yes. So yes, Angel. What are you thinking?
I'm never a fan of spending my life with regrets. I don't want to watch you get all the glory. If there's a choice, if it comes to it, between surviving or almost certainly killing ourselves to make it more likely that we win, what are you going to choose?
I have reasons to survive.
Understood. I look forward to hearing about them later, when we win.
A couple of space beers. As this happens, there's like the crackling of the comms, and you just hear, hey. I do believe that might be Bullfrog there. Hey.
Hey, little Serby, how you doing?
I'm good, my dear. Well, I've got my eyes in the sky and that's quite a vehicle. What happened? Did you just shop a old clunker? I mean, we appreciate that.
Don't underestimate this little baby. She'll give you the runaround.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Well, I'm sending you the details now. You're going to be ship number 5 or 6. We've got some good folks out there. We've got the Sing Sing. We've got Kaza.
Wait, 5 of 6.
5 of 6, yeah. We've got Zing Zing. We've got Kaza. We've got Moonbeam. We've got the Nisid V and the Copernicum. I'll give you for free. You know of the Copernicum. It is a older gentleman, sort of like early 70s. His name's Sir Morton. He's very sort of haggard, sort of an older gentleman, but also very like polite, sort of like slight. He's got a sort of slight German accent and that sort of thing of like going, oh yes, my dear, kind of like, but you raced with him previously. He also has survived every race. He hasn't won, but he's a survivor. I mean, a couple of those, like the Nasid V, that's one of the junkers from here. That that is going to be running a hot engine. The others, you're not quite sure, but yeah. You especially think if one of the junkers is running, it's a good thing you have a gun, because what they will do is they will send bots out with the ships. They will use it to project and to be able to, like, there's a central, like, on the central ship, on Cerberus's ship, you can watch, like, a hologram of the ships going, and then, of course, they're like, oh, we can replace an bot. You'll be like, oh, they're there in the asteroid thing, boomf. And sometimes you can, like, play with that and be like, oh, sometimes ships just explode, But knowing that there's also bets going on for, like, most impressive crash. If there's anything... the way it works, if you want to leave something to your family, if you've got family, or to your drinking buddies, you'll be like, hey, I got most impressive crash, died terribly, but, that's going to keep you in beer for a couple of weeks.
What's the longest bet going on this race?
The sort of like, you mean chances, sort of like, okay, I mean, to be honest, there's like a 500 to 1 chance that everyone's going to walk away from this. There's always a crash. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not taking that bet.
No.
Yeah,
but you get the feeling, because the people running the betting shop are Echo Wave riders, and if you come to them with like a really bizarre one, and then like maybe even like a really bizarre like stake, they'll love that. If you both, like, even Angel is just sort of like getting to hear and like the stories. You're like, yeah, chaos, fun, wild chaos that like the junkers, as I said, like their engine runs hot. They are definitely getting like radiation poisoning. It's just that sort of feeling of like. Meanwhile, your ship, he did a really good job. Seems safe. I think Rig's exact words were, "If you're going to die, it's not going to be because of me."
Mm-hmm.
That is weirdly reassuring.
Yeah, actually, and sort of like, yeah. I mean, I trust him.
Can you throw the names out again?
Yes.
The ship names and who's in them.
Okay,
Is there anyone I know?
So Sir Morton, who is the Copernicum.
Is that Sir Morton?
Sir Morton. And he has an AI called Worcester. who's it basically is an AI cat, like a robot cat, and Sir Morton doesn't use weapons on his ship. He drives fast. Also, I think as a bit of sort of background knowledge, you've been like, Cerberus seems to like him more than he likes, because again, Sir Morton is, as I said, in his like early 70s, and no one's ever quite sure how old Cerberus is. As I said, like, it's the young Martin Sheen here, but cybernetics. So there is this Xing Xing, which is Xing, and that is a you haven't met these pilots, but as we've established, Mandarin is a language still. That sounds like it might be a Chinese ship, possibility. Kaza, Kaza, mystery. You don't know them. Moonbeam. Moonbeam, if you've hung around, that is sort of a relatively successful little ship piloted by a guy called Callie, Kalli, and his on-again, off-again girlfriend, Trish. And then the Nased V is... like when you look at the board, just the letters all go wobbly, and they're just like, because again they're junkers. But I'm spelling it with Nesendvee, and then I said the Copernican, and then reverb. So
okay,
so not too many of us in one race.
So this is like a. There are going to be like multiple other races happening, but this is like a big one where they were like sort of there's also like other competitions where it'd be like people, it's like vintage car shows where people would be like, hey, look what I made, look what I can make this ship do, and everyone's like, amazing, you've put a ball pit in a shuttle, cool. But
do I know much about Callie and Trish?
Yes, so Callie is a you think might be a former, like, I think you sort of like after you had your incident where you didn't blow yourself up, they were also racing in it. Callie is a sort of a man in his sort of late 30s, longish hair. You think sort of like has a sort of like scientific bent to him, a bit weedy, but a bit quiet. Trish, on the other hand, has very large blonde hair and is very sort of, it's sort of like that stunning spacer, and she designed spacesuits for them, so it's like, come on dear, we've got to be wearing the same thing, and he's like, yes, yeah, whatever you say. But she was very like, oh, I'm really sorry to hear about that, Bullfrog. Oh, that's really sad. And Callie was like, yes, it's glad you didn't blow yourself up. They seem to be like, Callie designs things, and it's almost like they get sponsorship by racing. He doesn't want to be racing. He wants to be at home doing stuff. But they, so yes, they're not going to be. You don't know what he's going to have added to the ship, but they're not going to be like. The Nased V will probably just try and crash into you because they think that's funny. But yes.
I am going to put a bet on the Moonbeam taking out the Nased V before the Nased V can do any carnage.
Cool. That's good. So you put it out there. How much are you putting on that?
I came away with 50 credits.
You did.
From my thieving ways. I'm going to stick 10 on. 10
on Moonbeam taking out Nased V. Cool.
But I'll probably also in the pre-race, any pre-race banter section, I'll probably go over and be amiable with the two of them, having recognised Callie in particular. but we'll lean into knowing Trish is more the hot-headed one, and sort of kind of come over and be like, oh, so you got all suited up again. Callie's doing the good works on this one, huh?
Oh, darling, good to see you. Yeah, well, we thought it was another opportunity to show off. He's, So looks you up and down. Oh, but, darling, I can't tell you too much, can I? We're
that ruins the surprise.
Oh, yeah, but that's... It kind of clicks her tongue looking up and down the reverb. That's quite a piece of work you've got there. That's...
Yeah, she'll surprise you.
Yeah, I'm sure my my fiance kind of like, yeah, and then like shows like
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Finally bothered. Yeah, no, I'm sure you'd he would bore your ear off with the ideas he has for that. As she says that, I'd like to make it clear she's saying that with a lot of affection rather than being like, yes.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating what he does. Hey, I cannot wait to see what kind of a show you two are going to put on. I just, I really hope that the Chaos Monkeys don't rob us of that opportunity.
Well, that would be a real shame. I mean, the Chaos Monkeys do have a nasty habit of like ruining such a what should be such a fun and exciting thing. It should be really about the piloting and not about the explosives. Yeah. Looks you up and down, and sort of like, again, she's not stupid. Do you want to roll something?
I would love to consort.
Yes.
To persuade her to focus on doing that. Shall I get 3d6, which is a good job because that was a 2 and a 1 and a 6.
Looks you up and down, and it's like, She's like, I tried to think what she would choose. Where she's like, yeah, I mean, it's really hard planning for a wedding. There's a lot of things on the list. Like, there's a really nice mixer that's coming in. It would be really nice to get that. She sort of like nods, and then she nods and is like, anyway, Bullfrog, you have a good clunks. Callie comes up. Yes, hello, Bullfrog. You're racing us, right?
Indeed. Looking to see you at the finishing line, though.
Oh, well, yes, we'll be sure to try and finish it. Glad to see your wow, and didn't you get... As Trish was like, let's not talk about such things. Anyway, Bullfrog comes over, mwah, mwah, and, lovely to see you. And we'll see you at the finishing line.
Has Angel been with me?
Yes, Angel.
Or have you been hanging back?
Angel, what will you have done? So as we said, we're sort of... The ships have been docked at the side of this large ship, which is slightly bigger. It's another Fire Drake brand ship, but it's huge. This is obviously a transport ship, for cargo that's been converted. It's very sort of like, there's railings everywhere. There's like stall stuff coming up. As I said, there's the central area where the holograms will be, and this is actually sort of the big thing where it's sort of like going, yes, okay, they're scoundrels, but there's a certain respect to like, this is a safe ground. If you're going to fight, take it out there. So, Angel, yes, you would have had an opportunity. You can either be watching the other pilots looking at, what's going on, or there's other things if you want to go start snooping or...
I mean, Rebecca desperately wants to have overheard that conversation, but that's metagaming.
I think it's fine.
There. We can go snoop after.
I think, because it didn't seem like a scene, because it was... I said Callie was like doing up the ship that you've docked inside.
Well, then it makes sense for me to have heard.
Yeah.
I think at that point there's probably a good. I think she will make a little as she leaves. I'm gonna just chat, make friends with her. We're gonna talk face. But yes, Bullfrog is obviously so much better at talking to pilots about pilot stuff. Angel is wasted. Let's divide and conquer.
I can give you something. So as you're like, all right, you notice as like a crew of people in, they're in jumpsuits. They're dark blue. They have the Echo Wave Rider logo, and also so it's like waves, but there is a three-headed dog in the center. They come up and like a large, dark-skinned man, shaved head, baseball cap. They're all wearing like baseball caps with the logo on, and comes over and goes, "Excuse me, you a member of the Reverb?"
Who's asking?
Oh, Joe. Sort of offers you a very large hand. Pleasure.
Angel, it's a pleasure.
Angel. Pleasure. Yeah. So, Mr. Cerberus was saying that you wanted some work done on your ship.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're just wondering, how. Sorry about this. I mean, he should have prepared it.
No,
but like,
you do your job. It's really important.
Thank you. Like the contact details for the ship. Basically, we need to call in. Is there someone on the ship to like let us in and make sure we?
Yes.
Rig is specifically there to make sure they don't go inside.
We've
Because we're trying to stop
left
Echo.
our engineer there who is capable of handling all the internal refit.
Oh, so you just need us to bring the equipment up, and
That would
leave
be
it.
really helpful. If you,
Amazing.
we'd hate to waste your time when we've got
No,
our own interview.
No, it's absolutely fine. Me and Meg can, as sort of like step aside. There is a slight woman, again, baseball cap, like pinkish hair that she's sort of pulled up, and flecks of like what looks like she's got like golden tattoos on her face, and she sort of like just waves at you. Yeah. So yes. So the ship's you're calling it. You want it called the Echo, right?
Yeah.
Echo, and so it's a transponder. Transponder. Anything else that you want? Because
You were throwing in a slight retune of the engine, weren't you?
engine retune. Yeah. So any other sort of like
Repaint job.
Yes, you know that one. You've got that one. That's on your list.
Oh yes, color.
Yes.
What color did you suggest? Sorry, it's as you can imagine, it's race
electric
specific.
blue with silver highlight.
Meg behind clicks and was like, nice. Yeah, no, we could do that.
Slightly prolonged eye contact with Meg.
Meg kind of like,
She's hot.
sort of half winks at you, and just like that sort of thing of like in the intensity of the look, and like, okay, yeah, no, we'll get that sorted, and that is obviously depending on your flip, just survival. Wow, that is quite. As it kind of like the jaw adjusts as you kind of pick up, this is a man who's like, cool, this is an expensive job for nothing. Yeah, great. Sorry, so what's your name?
Hey, Angel, it's Joe, right?
Joe, yeah, nice, and Meg. Yeah, no, we'll get that. We'll send the shuttle up and start.
Just
getting...
for fun. If we did win,
yeah,
what would that get us as a bonus?
Oh well, obviously, you're going to get a percentage of the money for a win for the cup. I think people definitely will owe you a lot of favours. You get gifts. Also, if you want to like put a bet down on yourself in case of your win, then you could see what happens. I mean, there's always going to be people who are going to be willing to have a bet.
Good to know. Thank you, Joe.
Anyway,
Pleasure talking.
a pleasure. You have a good race, and me and Meg here will get things going. Come on, Meg. Meg kind of nods and heads towards the shuttle. Amazing. So we are coming towards I was about to say our break. It's not a break. We're going to the end of this episode, and that obviously gives us plenty of time to have a lovely race next session. So as the crew, I know this is always risky. Any final things we're doing before we get into race proper?
I mean,
will taste it.
You can call
No, sorry.
flashbacks later.
You
That's a
place a bet.
stress thing, but yeah.
Yeah, I would want to have done some preparation research on the Zing Zing and the Kaza.
Absolutely.
Just because I know nothing about them.
That's fair. Please make a roll.
So, see, this is it's going to have to be consort again, because I don't really have any, like, stealthy spying or study.
It makes sense because all the ships are like here, and as I said, yeah, okay, there's a bit of like malfeasance, but you're also you're doing it in front of everyone, you know.
Yeah. That was a 4, 5, and a 6.
Amazing. The Zing Zing, you sort of see they are a brother and sister racing team. The pilot, the brother, is called Haoyu, Haoyu, and the sister is called Yutu, which is YUTU, but I think it's capital TU. Anyway, they are not that sort of. They are like if you try to sort of talk to them, they're not like monosyllabic, but they're clearly sort of like we're focused on this. They are also a bit like the Moonbeam in like slightly sponsored like jumpsuits. You get the feeling that they're like cool. They're racing for someone else, not like, but you think there's probably either a big family behind this or maybe one of the gangs is involved in it's sort of like.
Do they look scared or nervous?
They seem pretty stoic. You kind of like and I think with the 6, as you've been talking around, they're like, yeah, these guys are pretty ruthless, you know, sort of like they're unlike the Junkers who would be like which again, like if we take us up like say Junkrat from Overwatch, we're like, yeah, I'm gonna blow everything up and this is really exciting, you know. They are like, no, this is efficient, this is quick. They won't be like throwing acid at you, but if you explode, get good scrub, you know. Sort of like, but so like if you come in consort, like, and like if you offered your hand, they would shake your hand and then just be like, and then I think as you're leaving, they're both like, good luck with the race, and then turn back. And I don't think you speak Mandarin, but obviously as soon as you start walking away, they start talking in hushed tones, very sort of like, and it's very sort of like, you know, we're doing it, and they both sort of nod and then go back to getting things ready. Yeah. Kaza, the ship's here. It's got tinted windows. There doesn't seem to be a pilot. No one's like standing around it. And I think it's safe to say that people, like, if you're doing sort of like, and I think Angel as well is just sort of like travelling around, but everyone's like, cool, we don't know who that is. I mean, everyone else here is like getting a favour from Cerberus or was paying or is good. They paid like a large amount of money and just suddenly are like, they're part of this race. No one's talked to them, no one's seen the ship open. We don't know what's going on there, but their credits are good.
Rig's great at making short-range EMPs, right?
Yes.
I'll take one of them as well.
Sure.
Please,
tell you what,
if I may.
Take one stress, as we're sort of like retroactively saying that, because we didn't say he had that, but that makes sense that, you know, sort of like Rig was also like, okay, so you don't set this off, obviously, because it's, you know, but yes.
Well, I mean, are we treating this as I appreciate, again, we're finishing shortly. If we're treating this as a score, then I get my loadout, right?
Cool. Yes, you do.
Within my loadout, there is a detonator.
Are you going light, medium, or heavy with your loadout?
Well, I'm in a car in a place full of criminals. I'm not trying to be sneaky.
Yeah.
I don't want to load the car down, but I mean, I could probably get away with. Oh, a spacesuit is 2. I'll go with a normal.
go normal, and please add yourself a detonator as you have now. Are you putting the EMP in the vehicle, or are you attaching it so you can try and shoot it out of the ship?
Attaching it so I can drop it in the same way I drop caltrops.
You put it in the hatch. Cool. Yes, Angel. Any additional stuff you want to add to your loadout? What loadout are you taking? Anything you want to say that you already have before we?
I'm going for normal
Sensible.
instead of light.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I've got my one fine sidearm and my fine coat because the ship has the guns for me. Mm-hmm. So then that's just 2. I have 3 left. I will spacesuit because death. And that's 4. Can't medkit. What a shame.
So what you can do is you can retroactively say you've got that stuff when we get to it.
Right.
So if you want to say, like, okay, we're thinking you've got the spacesuit. Don't feel you need to cross it off. If it never comes up, it's like it was never there. But if you've retroactively gone, yeah, I've got to make sure there's a spacesuit. It's there. So just prepared.
Just the italic things are the ones that you always have on you.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, I have my italic things.
Unless you want to say you're wearing the spacesuit right now. You're like, just to...
Yeah, then we'll leave to see whether I have a spacesuit or a medkit. I'll leave 2 points free and see retroactively which one I want. And let's give me a blaster pistol then, because we're going to be wandering around with people, and I like guns. Angel likes guns.
Yes. You're also, Angel, sort of like, everyone, it's safe to say everyone here is packing heat, It's a variety. Even like Callie has probably got some kind of like quick fire, everyone's armed, but by the law of Cerberus, everything seems kind of like, okay, things are rowdy. Not everyone's got drunk yet, but everything's sort of like, the peace seems to be happening.
It's a wretched hive of scum and villainy,
yes.
But we have our own codes.
Absolutely. Sort of like, I'll go so far as to say, it's honour among thieves. And as the crew prepare for this exciting race here with the Echo Wave Racers, I want to say thank you everyone for joining us for this episode. If you have enjoyed what we're putting out, we play D&D on Roll Together RPG on Twitch. That's on Mondays at 6 p.m. UK time. If you have missed it, you can go to youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg, which is where you also are finding this game. And connected to that, we get to make games like this thanks to our patrons, and especially to the D20 Club and the Dice Heads. Now, big thank you to you all. If you give us one of your local currency or one space goat, who are still having to escape the IRS and try and think of some way of getting some money, we're very grateful to that. You get a newsletter, and if you're at the higher tier, every one of these we do 2 of these episodes, and then we do a talk together, and we get to talk about like what are our favourite bits and what like Sci-Fi have we been watching, and so it's very wholesome until we get onto bits where we're just like, there's a lot of shows on and there's a lot of stuff. Anyway, thank you everyone. Join us in a couple of weeks where this marvelous crew will be competing in a race to the death ? Everything's fine. Poor Josh just sitting on the ship going, hope they're okay. as there is indeed now a tap, tap, tap on the door, and he's like, I shouldn't open that. It seems rude to keep them waiting. Anyway, Rig, we gave you one.
He specifically said he wasn't going to let anyone in.
Anyway, see you in a couple of weeks, folks. Stay classy in space. Bye.